Okay, great. So, hi again, everyone, and welcome to our Death Blossoms University class featuring Symetra, hosted by. Before we get started, I'd like to ask that you refrain from using your abilities unless we ask for it. I know how unbelievably tempting it is to have 100 turrets up, but in order to instruct, we need to actually live for more than 2 seconds. I promise there will be time at the end for us to do some crazy things, though. And speaking of crazy things, Soups was actually able to get some workshop tweaks going to make things smoother for us. So if you see anything strange on the map, try to resist the urge to fiddle with it. This class will run for an hour, but if it ends up going a little long for whatever reason and you need to leave, just shoot me, Tripid, a whisper in-game. Aside from that, feel free to ask questions or for clarification or anything like that, and most importantly, have fun with it. So, let's begin. Please select Symetra and just head to the courtyard, but I will let you take it away, Soups, once we get...
Cool beans.
Oh,
I know this is putting DBU on a new tier. Like we've set a new standard here.
Let me put my Rhyme bots up. Just make sure they're alive. Should they work? Cool. Alright, y'all. If you could look up over here. I'm up here on the mid platform. Alright, welcome. My name is Soups, and I am a Symetra enthusiast. The best way I could explain it. So, the thing about Symetra, who she is as a hero, she is more so a mid-range DPS. Other heroes that could relate to that would be someone like a McCree or a May, someone that doesn't want to be directly in the front line, but at the same time, you know, you're not sniping from the back line like an Ashe or a Widow or something like that. You kind of mainly want to hang around your shields. That's who she is. A big thing that makes Symmetra unique is her teleport. You can make your creativity. How is it? She rewards creativity by just using her teleporter, whether it's using your own plays or your teammates' plays. And that's what makes her stand out from all the other heroes on the roster. So, to start off, I will be showing you the primary fire. If we go over here to point A on Hanamura, her primary fire is exactly how Zarya's work. Just in terms of you can't headshot with it, but it does have the unique ability that it does charge up the longer you target someone. So you'll see that it charges up 2 stages. Let's just demonstrate it real quick. And then if you guys want to demonstrate it, just try that out on the Reinhardt shield over here, just so you can see it for yourself. Just hold mouse 1 and you'll hear the audio cue.
Your beam also gets bigger the longer you hold.
Mm-hmm. So, the thing about the Symmetra's charge, it charges up every 1 second, like 1.33 seconds. And if you, for some reason, happen to miss your target, you still hold some of the charge for a short while, but it does decay after 2 seconds. So if you want to just try that real quick, charge it up, and then aim it away, you'll notice it still stays charged up. I think you'll have to kill this Rhine bot just real quick. Just kill him. He'll suffer for us.
I love that it's not me anymore. Knew it, and how did you die? Or wait, what? It says you killed nobody.
So... Interesting, yeah. So if you charge up your beam and then aim it away from the Rhine shield, you'll see that the charge still holds for 2 seconds. and then it'll eventually, decay back down to the regular size beam. At max, charged up, the beam does 180 damage a second. So this does, I believe it's about just 10 damage less than a full charge Zarya, and we all know how much Zarya hurts, right?
Yes.
Okay. As far as distance, it also has just about the same range as Zarya beam. Zarya's beam is 15 and Symetra's is 14, and you could just try that out by walking further and back closer to the range shield just to test out the range. So you see, it's actually pretty long. You could charge up safely without having a Rhine swinging at you. Right. So we're gonna move on to Symetra's alternative fire. So I'll walk back up here. Symetra's turret fire, alternate fire charges an orb. It works. The charge up works the same way as Zenyatta's charge up in that if you hold it, the charge gets stronger, and it actually gets bigger as well. Uncharged shot does 24 damage, but a fully charged shot does 140. It actually got recently buffed. And do note that it does have splash damage as well, so if you do want to try that real quick on the Reinhardt, you could see the splash damage once he gets back to the shield. If you shoot it out of shield, you'll see the splash damage. So the more charge you have, the bigger that splash will be. This is a really good ability when you are out of range of your mouse one click ability, your laser beam. So you just spam that at chokes. The same way as Zen, if you for some reason wanted to cancel the shot, you could just charge it up and then melee so you don't shoot it. And that's just in case like you didn't want to give away your position or something like that. Things happen.
I actually have a question. Is there ever a good time to just like spam it versus hold? Like when would you do one or the other?
If you're playing far away, like say you're playing more so with your supports in the backline, you're better off just spamming the choke or just wherever their way they're coming. Just because, especially if you do land that 140 damage shot, right? Like that's a lot of damage that will definitely have to make them retreat. So if you're not doing anything else, if you're just standing around, just spam the choke. And you're better off if you could just charge it up, even if like you charge it up for a half a second. You really don't ever want to do the zero charge orbs just because they're just it's more so a waste of resource. Just try to charge it up. Like I said, just even a half a second, just increases your damage by so much.
This is amazing to watch.
Do we have any other questions so far on Symetra's primary and secondary fire? Alright, I think we're good for now. Oh, I didn't mean to go up there. Alright, so we are going to be moving on to Symetra's Sentry Turrets. Just a few stats on the turrets themselves. Each turret does 40 damage a second, and they slow your target for 20%. And they have a distance of 10 meters. And right now I would like for you all to just kind of experiment with the turret by placing them on this door right here at different heights, just so you all can see the distance that the beam can travel. So place one slightly lower. Okay. You can see, the highest one will not actually reach the Rhine, but the lower ones will. So yeah, that one up there, a little bit too high, but that gives you an idea of the range.
This poor
So-
Ryan.
Yeah, I know.
Alright. As far as turrets go, you can have 3 placed out in the field at any time. And if you do have them placed out in the field, you can also have 3 regenerated in your reservoir, your stockpile. So you can have 3 on the field and then 3 in your inventory. And if you ever put 3 out on the field and you decide to replace or throw another turret, your first turret that you put out will be replaced by the new one. So you can only have 3 out at the field at a time. As far as the turrets travel, they do not have any drop off or anything. They will travel as far until they reach a solid object they can attach to. So if you shoot them at the sky, you will notice, they just go on forever. So go ahead and just shoot them out in the open. Just like, boo. Fly.
Symmetra space program.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. Symmetra turrets, they don't have a lot of health. They're only at 30, so technically you can melee them if you're ever in the air or if you're just around the corner. So just keep that in mind.
Oh, that is actually something I did want to see happen. If everybody would just like launch your your turrets directly at Soups.
Go ahead and launch them towards me over here by the Reinhardt. Boop. Oh. Oh no. I must live. Alright.
Oh, sorry. You want-
So do note that the turret damage does stack. So if you have 3 turrets at the same position, they will do a total of 120 damage a second. But the slow does not stack, so you will always do the 20% slow. And if you all just want to put your turrets right at Reinhardt's feet, just so you can see just how fast this poor Reinhardt will die.
Gosh! I'm so glad I don't have to do this anymore. I know.
Right? So I'm just gonna have it so it's only 3 turrets, but even just 3 turrets, you can see how much damage it does to the Rhine. And if someone would like to demonstrate also with your mouse 1 button, just to see your full charged laser and the turrets, how much damage it does combined.
Oh my
So-
god.
So yeah, if you are able to manage to have your turrets and your fully charged beam, tanks are in a world of hurt. So for now, we are gonna go into turret placement and kind of just the idea of where you really would want to do turret placement. As a general statement, the higher you could place the turret, the better. The closer to the max range that it can get, right? It won't demonstrate on this one, but if you have a turret closer to the low ground versus high ground, the enemy can easily reach this one and they could just punch it or shoot it. But if they have to look up, right, suddenly they are extremely vulnerable to you while they're struggling to take out this turret on the high ground. So the higher you can place it closer to its max range, the better off, the more value your turret will get. it's okay if it doesn't get as much distance on the floor, as long as the turret is safe up there. So I could actually demonstrate it real quick if someone will destroy these 2 turrets for me. And then if you want to place a turret up here, right there, and right there.
Turret in place.
Let them attack the Rhine first. So right, if I'm walking through the choke, I see this one, okay, I can do that. But see how I have to, really put a lot of effort to reach the one up there. And that time alone, is not something an enemy really wants to be doing. And especially our Reinhardt friend here, as he pushes through the choke, he's gonna cry because he sees that and is saying, "Hey, team, help me out! I can't reach that by myself." So yes, high ground. The higher you can, the better. Symetra is really good at 2 CP and King of the Hill maps, just because they do have these really, really very narrow and hard chokes that the whole team does have to walk through. So having them around chokes is totally great, just because it slows down the momentum. It makes the team stop and say, "Hey, we need to take those out, or we take out a lot of damage." Another option would be actually where someone just placed the turret is where flankers or people with high mobility would like to use the high ground. So if someone could place a turret here on these 2 spots. Oh, I have to take out mine first. My rogue turret, perfect. And Triple will demonstrate how a Farah would want to use this position here. And the moment she walks in, it just completely denies this area. Actually, I'll swap characters too, just to demonstrate something. Like another hero that would want to use it would be like a Hanzo, right? Hanzos will like to climb up here, and suddenly, oh, I can't, the Hanzo can't use that because your turrets will be defending all of this area.
And you barely even have time to turn around and shoot them before you're practically dead.
By the time you notice they are there, it's usually already too late. So you're like, oh no. And like, just those 3 turrets alone put me at 23 health, and it just makes it so flankers cannot use any routes up there, or let me reset. And another idea for Symmetra turrets is I don't know if any of you have heard the term Symetra nest. And basically the idea, if y'all come over here on the side of the point, is if your supports, the supports would like to hang out around health packs, and you could put Symetra turrets over here to protect them from many flankers. So whenever your supports feel danger, they just walk up to their health pack, and a tracer or something can they're not allowed to get in here because like, oh wait, turrets. So
I was just thinking.
Yeah, I respect that. So yeah, just to kind of refresh that real quick. Symetra turrets, really good at choke points, really hard choke entry points. Symetra turrets also really good for stopping flanker routes. So either high ground or really weird windows like this Hunter Murrah spot. And also to kind of protect your supports if you have, let's say, an Ana or a Zen that really wants to hang out in the backline, but no one can protect them. So those are 3 really good spots. You can also do it on point. I'll actually demonstrate here on point as well. If we come to our Reinhardt friend, placing them high up and in weird locations. Because the moment people walk in, they should get microwaved. Yeah. As you all are just seeing right now, walking into the point when the Symetra already has control over it is not fun. And then if y'all would mind destroying those turrets for me.
You are unworthy of my truly have
Cool.
faced your fate.
I will give a special note, and I do want you all to try this, is Symmetra's turrets have a larger hitbox than you would think, and that matters when you are trying to launch them far distances. Like, say I'm standing next to this rock, right? And I want to throw a turret over there, but if I try to toss my turret, it sticks to this rock. And I want you all to kind of be near a wall or something and fire an alternate click or alternate fire, and then try to fire your turret just to kind of see the hitbox of it. So fire your turret now, and you see that the hitbox is a lot bigger than you'd really want it to be. So you have to be careful if you're ever near corners.
Aligning defense system.
Boop, boop. Clean this up real quick.
Behind you. Namaste.
Alright. Does anyone have any questions on the Symetra turrets or any other abilities so far?
I don't.
So we will be continuing on to Symetra's teleporter. Let's see. Actually, I do want to make another just fun facts, right? If a Symetra turret does have, or if you have two Symetras on the field, and one sim has their turrets placed first, you do note that you cannot put your turrets to challenge theirs, as it will take them out before they are able to set up or anything. So if y'all just want to launch your turrets over here.
That's amazing.
So always keep an eye out if the enemy has another sim. If their spot is already taken for, you're gonna have to find a different location to set up, and that'll specifically matter. Let's say we're defending the point, and they got set up. You can also block a few abilities, namely, I think High Noon will probably be the most reliable ability you can actually hide behind. If you place a turret and hide behind it, you can actually block a High Noon ability. Now, you should probably hide behind the wall instead. But I mean, if you're out in the nowhere, you could technically block a McCreel or a Roadhog hook or something like that.
That's amazing.
Alright, so moving on to the teleporter. So as far as the sim that we have now, we've had for like over a year now. Teleporter, as long as wherever you place it, it will stay up there permanently until you destroy it or the enemy destroys it. And your friendly teammates can teleport it as much as they want to. It does have a 1-second cooldown, but other than that, I mean, they can use it as much as they want, just using the interact key. So just to make sure, does everyone have their interact key bound?
Yes.
If you don't, just go ahead and take care of that real quick. Alright. And I will have you all just try out the hitbox on this Symetra turret, or teleporter, just so you can see that you can only target the base to do damage. You cannot target the upper half.
I have located
Oh.
the enemy.
Do note that the teleporters do have some shields, so if you do not kill it, it will regain its own health. And we just wait a second, and it should regain. This one regained, and this one. Yeah, this one is regaining its health now too. I don't know if you can see it or not. Alright. As far as teleporter, where it gets placed, in relative to where you are, if you're just kind of on low ground, the teleporter will actually spawn in front of your feet. But let's say if you are on high ground, like near an edge or something, it'll spawn directly. Well, not that one. We'll do it up here. It'll actually spawn directly under your feet if you know you're on like an edge or something. Let's see. Do note that the teleporter actually does have a maximum range that it can teleport. On 2CP maps and like this, it won't really matter, but a special shout out to one, Volskaya Industries that does have those rotating platforms, and two is payloads. Actually, you could place a turret on or teleporter on a payload, and if the distance is too far, the teleporter will break. As just to know, like the statistics behind it, right? The maximum range you can place it is 30 meters, and the maximum range that the teleporters can be apart because something moved is 40 meters. So, you know, we could probably, if we have time, we could probably demonstrate that by going to Volskaya. But we'll just run through this real quick. So, as far as where you can place a Symetra turret or teleporter, pretty much anywhere you could walk on. A really common spot on this map will actually be up here on this rooftop. Yeah, you're good. Second.
Imogen. Yes, we can.
Tripid, do you mind swapping to May real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We can demonstrate that as well, so. So, Symetra also does have a unique thing where she can place a teleporter on top of May's wall. Oop, I missed that. Let's try it again. I missed it a few times. Okay, there we go. So it can actually be placed up there, and once it destroys, it'll just drop down. If you all would mind coming out here to the main area. Tripid, you want to do the Maywall thing we did yesterday? I think you should be able to place one up here.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe? I'm not sure on this map.
The very top one, or?
Just like this corner right here. Okay. Does it let you put one up there?
Like rotate it. Ooh.
Okay. I did technically place it up there. So, you know, Symetra can use Maywalls to place a turret, or, you know, she could just, you know, a most common thing would just kind of be going to high grounds. So, right now, I do want us to practice using some teleporters. Specifically, we chose Hanamura just because Sim is extremely strong on this map. So if y'all come over here. To my overlay. There we go. So the most common spot would be to teleport from the choke right directly onto the point. I'm sure you all experienced this in ranked if you play that mode. And it is the worst thing ever. So we all just want to do that teleporter real quick. Yeah. Another common spot, you know, this is the high ground on the left. Just the same thing from the choke coming up here.
Teleporter online. We move swiftly. Hello. Hello. Teleporter online.
And
I have opened the
you know, you're not just limited to those two, so another good spot would be teleporting to high ground on the right up here. If y'all want to try this one real quick.
My teleporter is online.
And from here, you know, you could just drop to the side and capture the point real quick.
Teleporter online. We move swiftly.
And we're gonna step up the difficulty after this one. If y'all would follow me into this mega room over here. So this is one of the more, I would say, like the owls, the Overwatch League strats, in that you could place a teleporter from here all the way to the rooftop way out here. And that one, you know, it's more of a map specific thing. So Sim, you know, you will want to practice that one a few times, but just to kind of give instructions on how to do it really quick. If you walk up to this beam right here, you just put yourself directly on it and then look at the corner of the building over by the window. You should be able to see your teleporter reach it. Hey, you got
Very
it.
nice.
So you want to destroy your teleporter and let someone else? Yeah. So give that a shot real quick.
We move.
You guys are pros.
Oh god, we're gonna see this in comp now.
It's gonna happen at Pugs.
Yeah,
I am
right?
100% using this later today.
Yes.
Teleporter online. I have opened the bar. My
That one's great too because like if the enemy is far back enough from choke, they won't even see you put down your teleport.
Yeah.
Namaste.
I believe everyone got it right.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. So, you could demonstrate. I think we could demonstrate some of the ults that can go through it, Tripid.
Sure. Actually, did you want to demonstrate the Zarya thing?
Oh yeah. That'd be great. Actually, yeah, we'll have to grab them, and they'll have to try that out. So if y'all don't mind standing right here where I'm at, just shooting. We are gonna be doing a little experiment right here.
Who are we missing?
No, we have 4.
Are we? Okay, right. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was thinking. You can.
No instructions, but I think someone did get
I
it.
know. Yeah, you did. You did.
So the idea is that you can teleport out of a Zarya grab. So Tripid will grab you real quick, and you will all try to do a teleporter to teleport out.
We move
Very nice. Sorry, I had grab. I got antsy. Fired it off before they knew what they were doing.
Hello.
So as far as Symetra's teleport, it does have like I said, a lot of interactions with certain abilities. So one we can demonstrate real quick is Symetra's teleport will actually transport her turrets to wherever her teleporter is landed. So if we place 3 turrets, and you know I just teleport them away. Oh, sorry about that. You'll see that all my teleports landed over here. If y'all want to experiment with that real quick, just put some turrets on the floor and then try to teleport them away.
Sentry Turrets placed.
Oh god. I knew it was coming.
Teleporter
Oh god, I see one too.
No, you're not. Oh gosh, this was a mistake.
You are unworthy of the True.
It just teleported right back in.
So
Teleporter online.
I will do another experiment. I'll have you try out. Is Oh my god. Bad turret.
Teleporter online. I have opened the portal.
Oh,
So-
well, okay. That's...
Yo, did you actually swap monkey? All right, if y'all could just chill out for a second, let your turrets regen. Do note that the turrets do not have to be placed on the floor to teleport. They can be placed on walls and fixtures as long as your teleport is near them. So, just to give an example, I'm placing 3 near the wall. And should teleport? No, not too close. Here, I'll do it here. 1. You see, the teleported even though it was on the wall. So if y'all want to try that, you could do it on this wall right here. Is it a really good wall?
Yep, I'm it's fine.
Teleportation portal. Oh, my teleporter is online.
Okay.
Raksha Pranali.
So you see, it's a little bit more finicky if the turrets are on the wall, but it is good to know that, hey, sometimes your turrets will teleport on accident.
Teleporter online. I have opened the path.
Someone just got in on the wall.
Turret deployed.
Oh. I got rolled.
Sorry.
Good DBU unless the instructor
Oh
dies.
no. This is dangerous.
Teleporter is online.
Trippin', you might help me out. I can't step out of spawn. Alright,
Good enough.
Here too. On point.
cool. So, as far as when you will ever use that technique, you do want to use. It's a good if you want to contest someone on high ground, like let's say an Ash, a soldier, or something, just holding it right, and nobody on your team can deal with them. I have seen a lot of pros will either throw 1 or 2 turrets on the floor and then teleport them on high ground to challenge them. So if you all want to try that while I'm up here, just to try to wait. If you could take this turret out first, if you all don't mind. Cool. And then if someone wants to try the TP stat on me,
Teleporter online. I have opened the path. Teleporter online.
I gave Winston a ton of health, but still, this hurts. This hurts a lot.
Aligning defense. My teleporter is online.
so if we do want to, we will step up the challenge just a little bit. This is called, this is a good way to assassinate people on high ground, is, if you teleport your turret, and then you charge up your secondary fire, and teleport through it, you can actually do a charge shot when you get up there. So if someone wants to try that out real quick, is do a secondary fire and then teleport up there.
I have opened the path.
And then you
Ooh,
could
very
just you could just teleport back out. So you can kind of do poking, you know, charge up, do your shot, and jump back out.
Move swiftly.
Oh, that's another thing too. Like you'll come out what at the orientation you were going.
Mm-hmm.
Which way to turn when you come through to face.
I have opened the path.
Well, that could matter with a certain hero called Reinhardt. Tripid, would you like to demonstrate that real quick? So, a few ability or heroes that can go through teleporter. One would be Doomfist, and another one would be Reinhardt. And Reinhardt specifically will charge through a teleporter. And if someone would offer to be a guinea pig for this, if you could just stand right here where I'm at. Alright. Oh, actually I did that wrong. Here, let me set that up real quick. Now, Tripit, if you just charge in this way and hold your interact
We're
key.
far off because my movement speed is fast.
Located the enemy.
His movement speed is a little too fast.
But you notice that, you know, Tripit did teleport to the low ground the same direction. So, you can get a little funky with it. You know, if you're ever bored in a game, just try it out. Like, say, hey, you know, take the teleport, just trust. A common one is actually using Diva Bombs through the teleporter.
I just wanted to double check. Yeah, that you do have to hold the interact key.
Yeah, you have to hold it down. It's a lot more consistent.
I have found the enemy. Come and face me.
You want to swap to Diva? We could try to demonstrate that real quick.
You want them to maybe try some of them?
Oh, actually, yeah. Oh, let's see. If
Just
they
as long
wanted...
as someone plays him.
Yeah. If someone would want to swap to a Junkrat, and if someone would want to swap to a Diva real quick, you could just jump off the edge and do the hero select. So if someone would be so kind to place the teleporter down, just anywhere.
Teleportation forces.
And whoever is the Junkrat can, Fatty, if you would want to do your Junkrat tire and then do the interact, hold the interact key as you get towards the teleporter, and you'll find that your tire will go through it.
So fast. I forgot I made Junkrat. Where even is that teleporter?
And then, Apple, if you want to do your Diva Bomb right on the teleporter.
You can't throw it into it, right?
You can actually throw it into it too if you want to. It's just a lot harder to aim, but you can definitely throw it or you can just place it on it.
Activating self-destruct sequence.
Oh, poor Ryan.
All systems checked out.
Like,
So do you
if I
know
aim
they work the
this-
same way like the Rhine did? Is what direction you throw it in is the direction it will come out.
Self-destruct sequence.
Not today.
I'm back in the fight. Activating self-destruct sequence.
It's like playing Portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll show them.
Alright. Does anyone have any questions on the teleporter? Figured that was a little bit more of a bigger thing.
Will it work with May Snowball?
It will actually not. I think the only few heroes it does work on with ultimates, Bob will actually go through it. Diva Bomb, Junkrat. I think that's the only 3 ultimates. I had it written down. One moment. Yeah, Bob, Junkrat, Diva Bomb, and then movement abilities such as Reinhardt, a Doomfist Punch. Hammond can keep his momentum going through the teleporter, so that's also a really random thing. Oh.
That is not what I meant to switch to.
Tripit's bullying now.
No, I think one of my like mouse buttons is kind of wonky because it keeps like right clicking, but I don't mean to. I swear.
Oh no, wait, the Reinhardt's duplicated. What happened? It's the bug I didn't want to happen.
What would happen with a? I've never tried this before. What about a Torp turret?
I want to say Torp Turret goes through if someone would want to try that real quick.
It does.
Yeah. So if someone wanted to place a teleporter. Yeah, it
Oh.
does.
Wow.
Bad turret. Stop it. Okay.
But I was watching that.
One more question. What about molten core?
Molten core will not go through it. But we can try that real quick as well. Someone will want to do a teleport.
I'm just trying to build it up real quick.
Yeah.
We move swiftly.
There we go. Alright. Darn.
Well, that teleporter's safe now.
That would be terrifying, though. Just all of that, like,
Right.
launching out.
Reeker can teleport through it, but I mean, it's just the same as if you were moving regularly. Yes, you can do it while Death Blossoming. Alright, so I'm gonna move on to Symetra's ultimate. Symetra's ultimate, it drops down a shield that is completely map wide. So you can drop it from spawn and it'll reach all the way to the end of time. It does have 4,000 health. So technically you can destroy it, but very few heroes can destroy it in a reasonable amount of time. The only two really are Roadhog Ultimate, actually, and Bastion. And Symmetra's Ultimate does work the same way as Maywall in that you can turn it 90 degrees. If y'all just want to try that real quick, just if you hit your Q button and then hit Q again, you can see it rotates. And as far as how or when you use your Simwall, Simwall is one of the fastest building ults in this game. At least it feels that way, especially when you're just charging constantly against tanks. And so it's best just to kind of use it when you get it. It's not an ability you really want to hold on to. And ideas of how to use it, I find that most of the time you're better off putting it at the 90-degree angle and just splitting the map in half. Reason being is that your enemy now has to choose a side which they want to fight on, but you can fight from whatever side that you want. Versus if we did just a 90-degree one, right? The enemies can just walk through it or walk backwards and be totally fine. So as far as what ult it's really good against, Azaria Grab is actually one of the better ones, just because it's a giant shield that blocks your whole team from taking damage, right? So it's a good one to use versus that. You can block a McCree High Noon just completely. You can block Shatters if you're quick enough. You could kill a Pharah when she's barraging if you got a little bit of aim on it. I want to demonstrate that real quick. See if I can do it.
Greetings.
So if someone would want to put a Symetra wall in my face, that'd be great. I'm gonna do it in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, we forgot to mention that.
Oh, it
One up.
cancels. Yeah, true.
It canceled, yeah.
You're gonna be build that up real quick. Alright. I will be doing it in 3. Wait, who would want to set up? If we could just sort that out real quick.
I'll try it.
Okay. So
I'm kind
I
of curious if this is gonna work or not.
Yeah. Ulting in 3, 2, 1.
Wait, that was weird.
Oh. Maybe drive one more
I
time.
hit the wrong button, I think. Yeah.
All good.
You can try it.
Come
Alright, ulting in 3, 2, 1.
Great.
So if you do the 90-degree one right in their face, where like you're cutting them in half with a shield, that should kill them, right?
Yeah, that's a really consistent way to do it too. Just because the 90-degree one, you kind of have to do it like right on their face, but the 90-degree one, you just split them in the middle, and the rockets should hit just because they're so close.
Right.
That was always one of my favorite things to do with the old sim with our projectable barrier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Sigma does now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have located the enemy.
Just do note that the sim wall is just like a Rhine shield in that it will not block a Mei ultimate. So you can use it to block damage, but I mean, you will still get frozen through it.
Oh, as a Zen main, something I learned about it is that if you combo it with your own Grav and Zen ults and he happens to be on the wrong side of the shield, whoever's on the other side of the shield will not get any of that healing.
Yeah, just using shields to block the healing. It's hard to aim, but if you land it, you'll be the hero of the day. Let's see.
Oh, actually.
So, moving on to as far as what heroes pair well.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That is, I'm glitched. My abilities are just auto going off. So, just spawned in and instantly hacked you.
Oh, I think that might be the bots doing it. It's all good. Since Drippet did swap to Sombra, just do know, Sombra EMP will completely destroy your wall. So if anyone wants to put up a wall real quick. So it's always a fun minigame if you think, okay, where's the Sombra? Is she gonna use my ult to destroy or her ult to destroy my ult? But just do know, you build your wall twice as fast as any Sombra can. So don't even be afraid. If they use EMP for your wall, take that as a win. So moving on to as far as where or when, like what composition Sim works best in. Sim really became popular during double shield meta, the original one. So that would be like Sigma, Orisa, Reaper May, and Mora Lucio. And the reason being is that she could just charge up her primary fire instantly and just stop that really slow push from happening. As far as heroes that she pairs well with, a really fun one is pairing her with a Bastion. I already hear it, yeah. So as far as why that works so well is Bastion's biggest strength and his biggest weakness, right, is his turret form. In that he can't move, but you placing a turret for Bastion just completely solves that problem. As far as heroes you do not want to go up against as a Symetra, a Junkrat is actually one of your worst counters. Reason being is that you put a teleporter down, you think, oh, I got away with it, and then suddenly a Junkrat throws their bombs, throws everything, and then they get an easy 4K. So, if you know they have a Junkrat player, be a little cautious about your teleport positioning. Try not to put it in the most common spots. As far as other heroes that counter Symetra, Doomfist, or just anyone that can dive really easily are your worst nightmares. Just because once someone is on you, on top of you, is there's nothing you as Sim can do about it. By the time you put the teleport out to try to teleport away, you'll usually be dead. So Doomfist and Reaper 2 can kind of teleport onto your face. You have to be really, really careful about those. As far as tanks go, is Winston can take out all your turrets real quick. And he's kind of the same idea in that, you know, once he dives onto you, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it, except just try to challenge him.
I'd say Farah is a pretty good counter against him too.
Yeah, Farah definitely, just because of the outrange. And she could just take out your turrets with splash damage. So, let's see. I do want to try one more map with popular sim turrets, and that is Lijiang Tower. I'm sure maybe you've all seen it. Chippa, do you want to set that up?
Did you have a specific map
I think it's just like the map one of
Gardens?
Lijiang. Yeah.
If it's the one that I think you're talking about.
It probably is, yeah.
Is it the one with the pillar in the middle of the point?
No, it's the one that has like the two lion statues and the
Night
open.
Market.
Yeah,
Oh, Night Market. Okay.
Yeah.
the second one?
Yeah, you can set up quite a bit of a car
Yeah.
wash on that one, like in the
Mhm.
courtyard and stuff.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
Not this one, but this one does
Not
have
this-
it. Oh, there we go. It actually worked. Teleported me to it. Okay, cool. So if y'all
Wait, that
mind,
is so weird. How did it? What?
I think it's
Because
because
they're
my
all
settings.
part of the same map.
I think my settings on the workshop had it. If y'all don't mind coming over here. So, Sim is the queen of this map just because her ability to teleport. The teleport spot that she sets up is where I'm shooting at right here. So the team that usually does this teleport first will just usually win the game. So if anyone else would like to try, yeah, just put your teleport up there just to give it a shot. And once you take control of the point, just place your turrets on high ground or higher up, right? And yeah, the enemy has to walk into you, and it just makes it a nightmare. So, two favorite maps of Sim. One is Hanamura, and two would be Lijiang.
That was for your own good.
So, does anyone have any other questions about Symetra or anything we discussed today?
Well, I do kind of want to see all the set up around here just so that we can get. Ooh.
Yeah, here I'll place one down the middle. Yeah.
Oh my
You
god!
got it. You did get it. Symmetras are too strong. Here, I'm gonna place another one. Mm-hmm.
I just see what it looks like, but this is so painful.
I think it broke.
There is one note or one little like tidbit I didn't add, and I just want to add that real quick before we can head out. Is if nothing else with your teleporter, just placing it from your spawn, just somewhere just to try to get faster to the point, is just as beneficial than not using it at all, because it does save about 8 seconds of walking. So just having that time shaved off when someone's respawning is just very helpful. So yeah, if you can't think of any other teleport spot, just place it right outside your spawn. You know, it'll never get taken out, and you know you'll always just have recruitments faster than they do.
Well, yeah, if nobody has any questions, then that about wraps it. You have impeccable timing, Soups. I don't think
I know,
anyone's
I saw
ever
that.
done
I was like, yo, what's going on?
But yeah, thank you so much for hosting that, and thank you everybody for joining us for our Symetra Death Blossoms University class. We hope you learned something.
Yeah, thanks everyone for coming out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you do any cool things with Symetra, please save the highlights and send them to us. But yeah, that's about it. So I hope everybody has a great afternoon.
Thank you. You too.
Neat, thanks.
Yeah, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
And thank you